of different pieces that actually enables that whole experience and the whole for the business impact to actually land. That's really what makes it happen. And there's a really a small statistic, I think, which said when you think of information workers, which is I guess most of us here, on an average we spend about 28 hours in a week getting in touch with people, responding to emails, and finding information and finding people. I mean, personally, I work often from home, and I work during the nights as well. And I have two kids. My 6-year-old daughter, she said, "What do you really do for Microsoft?" And I mean, that's a really good philosophical question. I asked that myself as well. But I said, why are you asking? And she said, all I see you do is email and conference calls. And I use a link through my laptop. I don't even use a speakerphone. I just do conference calls from my laptop. And I said, yeah, that is true. And I mean, that got me thinking, which is, from her point of view, all I do is emails and conference calls. And I get paid to do that. And that's really true, because I mean, I spend more than 28 hours doing that. That is really key. And when you think of kind of across your entire organization, how much time is each and every individual spending in communicating with people and reaching out to people, getting information back from them, versus actually doing work on their own, in their own silo. And if there's a way you can actually make that interaction, that communication, that collaboration more effective, that really has a dramatic impact on how productive they can be and how effective they can be and how quickly they can actually react to business needs, react to market changes, react to competition, and so on. And that really, I mean, from my point of view, that question from my daughter really made it clear to me that actually this actually makes sense, and the numbers are probably higher in my case, but it still is a very consistent point. The more efficient we can make our people in what they do, in the way they do it, the better we are as an organization. And that really is key when we think of social. So with that said, I'm going to now stop talking, which I'm sure would be a good relief for a lot of you. We have a really great demo set up. We call it the Microsoft Experience Center. And some of you might be familiar with what we call a MEC, or Microsoft Experience Center. It's really a fantastic vehicle, and you should actually talk to your account representatives from Microsoft to kind of see how you can get a large team from your company kind of together. It's basically a table. We get 10 or 15 people sitting around that table, and they get to experience in full detail the final end state of all our technology brought in together and how seamlessly they work. Yes?
Just I have a small question.
Sure. Yeah.
About I have downloaded the Office 365 review a couple of weeks ago, and I'm using it right now. I noticed when I installed the software, it did took a long time. So when I checked it back to Microsoft today, I found that it can be on premises or on the cloud.
Yeah.
And if you choose on the cloud, you have to install only the plugin on your laptop or on the computer. But here, meaning if I choose on the cloud scenario, in that case, for example, if I lost the internet, will I be able to use the same
Good question.
Same program?
Yeah. We'll likely answer that.
And I have another part of the same. Here we know that the Office 365 has the SkyDrive or the Office cloud storage. But here, don't you think that you are making the day-to-day work of any organization more dependent on the internet, meaning if an organization lost the internet connection, so the employer will have nothing to do except reading newspapers.
It's like I almost paid you to ask that question.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you for that.
Let's. I'm happy to address those right now.
Yep.
So first of all, I'm Don Quinn. I'm the business productivity specialist. Samir asked me to sit down, so I was making him look short the entire but so I cover SharePoint, Office, Link Exchange, Office 365, and actually now Project Invisio along with Jerry. We cover mid-sized corporations in the New York area. But to answer your, what's that?
We couldn't hear it.
Oh,
When you go to answer, please repeat.
Oh, sure, yeah. So to answer the question, he was wondering, with Office 365, what do you do when there's no internet? And so let me start off with the Office portion of it. So, I'm not sure how many people have seen the consumer preview. You go to office.com/preview. There's the beta version. Also, if you have an